Fabulous people, welcome to the channel for all the babes who create their own life trends. My name is Anastasia, and for those of you who are new to my channel, I'm a personal stylist in Rome, Italy. And today I'm going to share with you what to pack for Europe in spring. We'll discuss everything from packing tips to travel essentials. And at the end of the video, I'll share with you some fashion tips of how not to look like a tourist while traveling to Europe this spring. Now, before we begin, please remember to smack that like button. And if you're new to my channel and my vibe and the vibe of this channel resonates with you, I invite you to subscribe. All right, fabulous people, now let's start packing. Now, before I give you specific items to pack, there are a few things that you absolutely need to keep in mind when you start packing for Europe. The first thing that you need to consider is the weather. Please remember that weather in Europe is going to vary based on the country you will be traveling to. For example, if you plan on traveling to Italy, where I currently am, even in March, the weather is already really nice most of the time, and a lot of people are already wearing t-shirts and shorts. Now, if you plan on traveling to places like, let's say, Belgium, Brussels, where I'm going to next weekend, you will still need probably a wool coat and an umbrella. Also, make sure that you check the weather ahead of time so you know exactly the temperature of the country you will be traveling to, as well as if it's going to be rainy or sunny. And one very important tip here, fabulous people, is please remember that the temperature will not only vary based on the country in Europe you will be traveling to, but also on different cities inside that country. For example, spring in Milan is going to feel very differently than the spring in Rome. Now, one of my favorite style tips that I give to all of my clients when they start packing is that make sure that for every single bottom that you pack, you will have at least 3 different top options. Also, please keep in mind that no matter where you will be traveling to, it is always best to pack clothes made of natural materials like silk, cotton, wool, etc. They will not only feel good on your skin and will always have you look put together, but also materials like silk, for example, being a natural fabric, maintains your body temperature, therefore it can comfortably be worn year-round. Now today, I will give you a packing list that you will be able to apply pretty much to most countries in Europe. And if you want specific videos on packing for Italy or packing for Greece, broken down by season, I will make sure to leave those videos for you in the description down below. Let's start with some packing essentials. If you're going to Europe during the first part of spring, I definitely recommend to pack a couple of cashmere sweaters, maybe more than a couple. It just depends for how many days you're going. They don't have to be thick, and you can opt for many different style options, from V-necks to turtlenecks. Cashmere sweaters will always make you look so chic and will keep you warm, especially in the evening. Depending on the country and the weather, I also recommend to pack a few cotton t-shirts. Also, do not forget shirts. And if you're traveling to Europe during the second part of spring, especially to the warmer countries, you know what I'm going to say, fabulous people. Linen shirts are going to be your best friends. I would also pack a blazer or a few, especially if you plan on traveling to Europe during the first part of spring. Not only blazers are so stylish and will always add that it factor to your outfit, but also they're fantastic if you plan on spending most of your time outside, because you can add a blazer to your outfit in the morning when you're going sightseeing, then you can take it off during the day when it gets warmer, and then you can put it back on again in the evening time if you're going out to a restaurant and plan on eating outside. Well, it will also work for the inside, of course, as well. And actually, you will see a lot of Europeans incorporating blazers into their wardrobe. I would also pack a couple of day and evening dresses if that's what you prefer to wear, of course. I personally love dresses because it is so easy to wear one and to look put together instead of trying to figure out how to mix and match the rest of your wardrobe. I just think dresses are fantastic. And of course, finally, make sure that you are packing a wool coat or a trench coat, again, depending on the country or countries you will be visiting. Now, as far as the bottoms, if you plan on traveling to Europe during the first part of spring, I would definitely pack some nice wool pants. And of course, jeans. It doesn't matter when you're traveling to Europe in the springtime, jeans are always welcomed. And skirts, if you are a fan of skirts. I personally don't wear skirts a lot, but nevertheless, if you like them, definitely it's your time to wear them. Now, one important style tip that I want to give you when it comes to wearing jeans in Europe in the springtime is that during the first part of the spring, I recommend opting for black or darker wash jeans. And then in the second part of the spring, of course, you're more than welcome to start wearing white or light blue jeans. If you plan on traveling to, let's say, Italy, especially during the second half of spring, then I definitely recommend to bring a pair of shorts. Now, fabulous people, you heard me talking about this in many of my previous videos. If you plan on visiting big cities in Europe, then make sure to opt for Bermuda shorts. And of course, if you are going to beach towns, your shorts can be as short as you want them to be. Now, if you're looking for a specific video on what to wear in spring in Italy, then I will make sure to leave that link for you in the description down below. The sun was hiding for a second and now it is back with us. All right, fabulous people. Now let's shift focus and talk about what to wear in Europe as far as shoes. I know, everyone's favorite question. Well, first, let's definitely pack a pair of casual sneakers. And I'm not talking about those kind of tennis shoes you wear to the gym. Make sure that they're nice casual sneakers that you will be able to wear everywhere outside. They look nice, they look sleek, and you can pair them with pretty much any single and every single outfit. Now here, fabulous people, I have to mention a very big mistake that I see people make over and over and over again. And even some of my clients who do styling session with me for the first time, they come to see me with completely destroyed feet. And that is because a lot of people buy new shoes right before their trip to Europe. And then, of course, they try to wear them and within a day, their feet are completely destroyed. Because, guys, trust me, you will be walking so much in Europe, no matter where in Europe you're going. Your feet, if they're going to be squished into new shoes, your feet will be destroyed by the end of the day. So it is very important for you to buy shoes as soon as you book that trip to Europe and then start wearing them right away, everywhere you go. So by the time you get to Europe, your shoes are going to feel super comfortable on your feet and you will be ready to walk in them all day long, all over Europe. All right, trust me guys, you will never walk as much as you walk in Europe. I'm just telling you right away, especially for those of you who will be traveling to Europe for the first time. And of course, let me briefly mention a pair of heels. In my opinion, you probably will not need them, but bring one just in case. And of course, make sure that you bring one in the color that will go pretty much with all of your outfits. So maybe like a nude pump will be perfect, but just be prepared that most likely you will not need it, maybe once at most. If you're traveling to Europe during the first part of spring, I would definitely pack a pair of boots. Ankle boots will be perfect. Now, if you're coming to Europe during the second half of spring, then definitely pack a pair of loafers and or sandals. All right, fabulous people. Now let's briefly discuss accessories because they are important. If you plan on traveling to Europe during the first part of spring, then make sure to pack a nice wool or cashmere scarf. If you plan on traveling to Europe during the second half of spring, then definitely make sure to pack a nice silk scarf. You will need it. And of course, belts. Belts are very important. Now, when it comes to bags, I would get a nice crossbody bag or a backpack for the daytime. Now, one quick thing that I want to mention about bags is that crossbody bag, in my opinion, is the best option for you in Europe because it is always by your side. You can always see it, and it's just better for safety reasons. Now, when it comes to backpacks, you're more than welcome to bring one, but if you don't want to stand out from a crowd as a tourist, then I would opt for a leather or eco leather bag, only because they're more stylish, more European. So I would definitely recommend to bring one of those if backpack is your preference. Now, for the evening time, ladies, I do recommend to bring a clutch just to add that extra nice evening touch to your outfit. And by the way, if you plan on visiting Rome and want to add a nice, stylish Italian leather bag to your wardrobe, then I'm so excited to share with you guys that now this is a new service that I'm offering to all of my styling clients. So during our time together, you and I will visit one of the top artisan stores, not only in Rome, but entire Italy. And together with an artisan, you will be able to select your preference as far as the leather and color and design and style. And then you will even be able to participate in the process of making your own bag. And of course, the result is going to be one of a kind. So I'm so excited that now I have this experience that I can offer to you guys, and I hope you will take advantage of it next time you are in Italy. And of course, guys, I will make sure to leave a link to that experience in the description down below, or you can always send me an email, and of course, I will respond right away. All right, and now let's continue moving down our packing list. And one of the top packing hacks that I have for you to save tons of room in your suitcase, instead of bringing full-size makeup removers, shampoos, creams, serums, lotions, and everything in between, just make sure to save your samplers that you get usually from Sephora or any other place, and just pack those for your trip because they will save so much room in your suitcase, and also make sure that your bag is not going to be overweight when you go to the counter, because let's just be honest, it happens to me quite often. So that is one of my favorite travel hacks that I've been using for years, and I absolutely love it. And as final words of wisdom, please remember that in Europe, people pay a lot of attention not only to what you wear, but how you wear something. So make sure that you do spend some time prior to your trip looking through everything that you're packing. Make sure that everything easily mixed and matched together, so you spend minimum amount of time planning your outfits for the day. Also, you guys know what I'm going to say. Make sure that everything is steamed and tucked in. And if you need a recommendation for a good steamer, I got you. I will leave a link for a good steamer that I personally use in the description down below. And now let me share with you the most important rules on how not to look like a tourist while traveling to Europe. This part is going to be quick, informative, and then we're going to wrap this whole thing up in just a few minutes. And please don't give me any hard time about those rules. I didn't invent them, and you don't have to follow them. This is just for those people who want to blend in with the European crowd, who do not want to stand out. So those are the rules for you. Number one, no activewear. Now, I know in the US, we pretty much live in our activewear. We run errands in it, we go to the gym in it, we do everything in our activewear. Now, in Europe, it is a huge no-no. In Europe, activewear is strictly reserved for gyms or parks when you go there to work out. That's about it. Number two is flip-flops. Guys, I talk about flip-flops pretty much in every single styling video, and yet I still see so many people rocking flip-flops in big European cities. Guys, in big cities in Europe, flip-flops are a huge no-no. Now, when you go to beach towns, absolutely, you're more than welcome to wear flip-flops. But for big cities, guys, I do recommend loafers or sandals. Those are the best options, of course, along with casual sneakers. And I know some of you are going to say, you know what, Anastasia, I don't care about styling rules. I love my flip-flops and I'm going to wear them even in big cities. And of course, you have every right to do so, but please remember, it is not only about the style or fashion, it is also about comfort. If you plan on visiting Europe, that means you will be doing tons of sightseeing. And you cannot imagine the pain you are going to be in if you're going to be doing sightseeing in flip-flops. Trust me, your feet are not going to be happy with you. So that is why I always recommend to opt for a pair of more appropriate shoes. All right, fabulous people. And the final rule on how not to dress like a tourist in Europe is to avoid a baseball hat. Yes, that is the easiest way to stand out from a crowd as a tourist. Europeans do not wear baseball hats ever. So I would recommend to leave your baseball hats, if you do wear them, at home. All right, fabulous people, thank you so much for watching this Pack With Me for Europe video. As I've been filming, the weather changed already at least 5 times. We went from raining to sunshine to clouds, now back to sunshine, and then back to clouds. So this is a spring season in Europe. Now guys, before you go and start packing for Europe, please remember to smack that like button. And if you're new to my channel and my vibe, and the vibe of this channel resonates with you, I invite you to subscribe. And I truly hope to see you all in my next video.